Yes, go ahead and let's hear from the public speakers, and we'll take the item. Okay. Can members of the council, it's a recommendation to nominate for District 2 to fill in for Supervisor Boss. The name or the person that's being recommended is Rebecca Kaplan.
I would like to make a brief comment.
Go ahead.
Councilmember Kaplan has not only sat on this body for years, but she's also a very key voting member of several other bodies that are not represented here. We sit together on the Alameda County Transportation Commission. She's currently serving on MTC. She's been a member of the Joint Powers Authority for the Coliseum and has so much information, so much knowledge that we're losing in a lot of the outgoing council members for the city. And so I think it is important that we retain that knowledge, the expertise and acumen that comes with all of these years of service, and particularly as a former council president and the chair of our finance committee during these budget challenges. I think it's so critical that we have someone like Councilmember Kaplan to sit with us for this short duration of time as we transition to a new council person through our special elections that will come up in April. So I do want to, with great honor, make a motion to recommend Councilmember Rebecca Kaplan for the vacancy for the District 2 office.
Is there a second? Is there a second?
I second
It's
it.
been moved and seconded, but I want to hear from the public.
Calling in speakers for item 6. As I call your name, please approach the podium in any order. If you are participating via Zoom, please raise your hand so I can identify you and you can have your chance to speak. Supervisor Nikki Fortunato-Bass, Brad Erickson, Cynthia Ramos, David Boatwright, Mr. Hazard, Jennifer Finley. If you are in the room or on Zoom, please raise your hand.
Yes, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I begin my comments, I want to say congratulations, President Gallo. I very much, as a former council president for the past 4 years and having shared with this council what I believe is important to know, I want to be at your service to support your leadership and your success. Certainly learning those rules of procedure, the Brown Act, making sure that we are available to support and prep before each of these meetings to be successful is important, and I want to be there for you, so please call on me. I want to share that it has been my utmost pleasure to serve as the council member for District 2 over the past 6 years. I greatly appreciate the partnership, the collaboration, the co-governance that I have been able to build together with the constituents, the voters, the businesses, the community organizations of District 2. And with that in mind, as you know, I recommended that Rebecca Kaplan be appointed to fill the vacancy just over the past 4 months until a new council member is elected. One of the reasons is because there's so much work in front of us. And each of you know, because you serve your own district, how important it is not only to have you there as a council member, but to have your staff supporting and responding to your constituents. And so I want to make sure that the work that I've done with my district continues over that interim period. And specifically that there is someone like Councilmember Kaplan who knows how our city works, who knows how to problem solve, who can make sure that critical things, whether it's breaking ground on one of 6 projects this year, the Lincoln Rec Center happens, whether it is making sure that one of the main encampments where we need to house residents and transition that encampment, like the East 12th Street median in San Antonio, there are very important things that need to be done, and I believe she's well positioned. In addition, as you all know, the budget in front of you is critical. Brad Erickson has ceded his time.
Yeah.
He's right there. In addition, the budget is so critical. As you know, she has served as council president. She has led our budget process As we were working on our mid-cycle budget, she identified a number of sources of revenue that we could potentially identify and add to our budget. And as interim mayor, I had a conversation with Henry Gardner recently, the head of the JPA, the Coliseum JPA, who confirmed there's an additional $2.5 million that we can count on that was unexpected. That is the type of leadership we need during this very difficult budget process. So colleagues, I do hope that you will appoint Rebecca Kaplan to fill that term until the election. And I also want to reiterate my interest in continuing to partner with all of you in my new role. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. Congratulations, council members. Congratulations, Councilmember Gallo. My name is Cynthia Munoz Ramos. I have had the pleasure of serving as the Chief of Staff for Council President Bass over the last 3 years. And I wanted to take a moment and also support our Councilmember Rebecca Kaplan in filling in this very important seat to serve our residents, to serve our constituents, to ensure that the projects that we've been working so hard over the last 6 years continue, and some that are so close to completion can see the day. I also wanted to lift up, I'm a resident of also District 2, and I live in the East Lake area, and one of our organizations sent some emails. You've been receiving emails of encouragement for this appointment, and I wanted to lift up one really important one for Dunia that says, some of you may not have received it yet as it's your first day. Dunia, I am writing as a member of East Lake United for Justice and a huge fan of Nikki Bass to support Nikki's choice for Councilmember Rebecca Kaplan to be appointed interim caretaker of D2 Councilmember. Councilmember Kaplan is uniquely qualified. She is ready to jump in and immediately serve our residents. She has been a key in moving some important projects in our city and in our district, and she will provide leadership during this very important biannual budget. Councilmember Kaplan is also, ready to support our priorities around, apologies, I'm a little nervous, breaking ground on the Lakeshore Protected Bikeway in the spring, breaking ground on the Lincoln Rec Center expansion this summer, ensuring that we continue to have improvements in Clinton Park and the community center there, moving forward our San Antonio Park Master Plan, advancing the Fire Station number 4 upgrades with the Oakland Fire Department, ensuring that we are working with our state and county and our local community to ensure that our unhoused residents in East 12 can see a just and dignified transition. And as the Chief of Staff of the last 3 years, I would also offer my time and my knowledge and some of the work that I've done with the clerks in our departments to ensure a smooth transition for you as Council President, as well as to all the new council members. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
David Boatwright, District 4. I agree that it's important to have people in positions that have a lot of experience, and as someone said, there's a lot of experience that is leaving the city council now, but I think it's also a good time to try to get some new ideas into the city council, and unfortunately, I don't know if it's still possible, but could someone else be nominated for this position? Is it too late? Are there no other people in District 2 that want to run for this position? My concern is that even though Councilperson Kaplan has done a lot of work in the past, that she has been very instrumental in the current Coliseum issues that are going on and some other issues that are not particularly going favorably. And I would recommend that somebody else step forward to stand for this position. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Going to the Zoom speaker, Jennifer Finley. Please begin your comments.
Good morning, Jennifer Findlay, District 2. Supervisor Bass, I was worried when you were leaving the district about our representation here, and as Council President, and I am very glad to have you on the council, but I am also very glad to have Rebecca Kaplan as hopefully our incoming interim D2 representative. Thrilled to hear that. I certainly hope this goes through. We are losing a lot of institutional memory, and Councilmember Kaplan is an excellent source of that. And in my place as a layperson watching these meetings, I've certainly found her to be repeatedly the one who shows up having found the extra money somewhere. And I just always find that really impressive. This is going to be a tough transition for everyone. Our current President Pro Tem Gallo, you've had a lot of years on the council. I am genuinely concerned about this leadership. I hope this is a chance for you to show up and prove me wrong. We've had, I know we want to keep some shorter meetings when possible, but Councilmember Gallo, I hope you are now willing to show up and stay for the later meetings and try and fill the shoes that Council President Bass has left open. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Mr. Hazard, do you wish to speak on this item? Okay, thank you. At this time, all names have been called.
Thank you. Members of the council, any comments, questions? And we have a motion and a second.
I second it.
Okay. Thank you.
We actually already had a second by Councilmember Brown. So are we ready to take the roll?
Yes, take the vote.
On item 6, appointing Councilmember Kaplan to the vacant District 2 office, moved by Councilmember Fife, seconded by Councilmember Brown. Councilmember Brown?
Aye.
Councilmember Fife?
Aye.
Councilmember Houston?
Aye.
Councilmember Jenkins?
Aye.
Councilmember Ramachandran?
Aye.
Councilmember Unger?
Aye.
And Councilmember Gallo?
Aye.
Motion passes with a vote of 7 ayes. Is Council...
To the chair, I think I just want to make a comment that if Councilmember Kaplan is to participate in the rest of this agenda, I assume that we would need to take a break so she can be sworn in.
Let me hear from the attorney. Go ahead.
Yes, to the chair, that is correct. So it's in if the desire of the body is to have Councilmember Kaplan participate in the rest of this meeting, she'd need to be sworn in as in District 2, which would mean the council would need to recess this meeting briefly.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do the swearing in. Come on, we want to move the meeting. Come on. Yep.
Okay. Raise your right hand. I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of California, and the Charter of the City of Oakland, and will truly and to the best of my ability perform the duties of Council Member, City of Oakland.
I shall.
Thank you very much. I'll have your paperwork to sign in just a second.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, take us to the next item. Madam Clerk.
Which item are you going to next?
We're on item number, what is it, 4? 4.
Going to
Election.
item 4.
Election of the President of the City.